Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. I want to make sure to skip through that. Okay, cool. So we're back. I'm playing Drakengard again. It's been a couple weeks. The computer seems to be doing okay. I need to get a new fan for it. I've been needing to get a new fan for it for about 6 months, and I've just never done it. It seemed to be okay for a while, but it's just started acting up and started making a lot of noise. So we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully I'm not gonna have any issues with it. So yeah. Anyway, so getting back to this, it's been a couple weeks, but I did learn something about sort of how the DLC works that I think is going to go a little ways to understanding the story a bit more. So let me go ahead and switch us back over to the game now that everything seems to be looking and hopefully sounding okay. So, getting back over here, let's hit continue, and I'll talk about what I have learned off stream doing some grindings. So, the main thing is that there is some extra content to the DLC that I need to talk about. I think that Drakengard 3 is probably the weakest in the, I guess, the whole franchise, including the near games. And it's weak because I think it's not great in how it handles this extra material. Clearly there was no budget for this game. And then when it came to the DLC, they were asking $5, maybe $6 per DLC chapter, and these chapters honestly kind of suck. So I've played through all of 5's chapter, and I went back through and played the entire chapter twice, so that I could grind some extra money and stuff like that. And what I discovered is that, like, if I go to the end of if I go to the end of 5's chapter and hit Memoirs of the Intoners and go ahead and look at all of these, I have gotten 5 to level 10, so I've unlocked all of them. Every level past 1, you unlock a new one of these little side stories about the characters. This is where the actual information about the character is. It's actually pretty sad, I think. It's, you know, in this little mini campaign for 5, I was making fun of the fact that 5 is like completely unrelatable in almost any way, and yet we're playing as her. And I thought that the idea of these DLC packs was to make the characters that were the antagonists of the story a little bit more relatable. And it turns out that the information is actually in here. And for 5 at least, it's pretty simple. 5 is a bit more of a, what would I say, like a bit of a simple character, a bit of a standard story trope. And that is that her character is sort of one of those search for the meaning of life kind of things, search for the what brings someone happiness. So she experiments with trying every food in the world, trying out every, you know, possible form of enjoyment to try to find genuine happiness, and can't seem to find it anywhere. And that's what all of these little side story bits here are essentially saying. Is so we have the food items, we have all of the fancy dresses, the pleasure items, what is this one? There's her paying for art and different things, and eventually the place that she's trying to acquire from all these things gives up, and clearly she's not able to meet her goals. But anyway. So, in that respect, I think this is really poorly done. You know, this is the complaint that I make all the time about visual novels, where not visual novels, of walking simulators, of really cheap walking simulators, because I don't want to trash the entire genre of walking simulators. I've played some really good ones, including Paratopic and Adios were really good, a couple other ones, but there are so many that I like to, instead of calling walking simulators, I would call them paragraph marathons, where you look around an environment, find a note, and it has a couple paragraphs on it, and then you wander around another 20 minutes and find another sheet of paper that has a paragraph on it, and then you walk another, you know, rinse, repeat, to get a story that is usually unsatisfying. And that's kind of what's happening here. So anyway, I have gone ahead and played a little bit of Forest Campaign 4 and 3 in order to start the process of unlocking these so that I can talk about them after they're done. So with 5, like I said, her whole thing was seeking out genuine happiness, I suppose you could say, and failing to get it. And in 4's story, I think this will become very, very obvious also when we go through her story. I think 4 is the one that in route A of the main story seems the most like a completely innocent victim in all of this. She seems like an otherwise nice person, and then you play her DLC, and then let's see what that's got in it. So 4th chapter, verse 1. Let's do it. Uh-oh, hang on, I gotta switch over to something here.
Once upon a time, many moons ago, there was a beautiful intoner and a middle-aged man. The intoner yearned for a world of peace and happiness, and for evil to be banished forever.
So I still don't know all the specifics about how the guys work in this story, but they all seem to be, you know, generally weirdos that have followed these girls around.
You murdered Our Lady! Kill the intoner! Kill the disciple! Kill them all! Hail our fallen leader!
Okay, I gotta remember the controls.
You can't possibly take an intoner in direct combat! Pincer movement! Pincer in!
If I may, my lady, what brings us to the cathedral city today?
We're here to eliminate the remaining forces.
Ah, trash day, is it?
Decadus, don't ever refer to people as trash.
Apologies, my lady.
We're just here to help one. That's all. We did not come here just to fight and kill for no apparent reason. Understand?
Of course, my lady.
Oops. Okay, how did we... trying to remember all of the different things I had here. Block, okay, I gotta remember that for all these perfect parries. I've been playing a lot of a beat-em-up called Shing, which is not a great game, but I've been playing it nonetheless. It has a similar control scheme.
Look at the hatred on these soldiers' faces. It's so tragic.
I agree completely. Surrounded by such intense hatred, I can't help but...
Decadus, I need you to focus.
1,000 apologies, my lady. All this pain just...
I'm trying to be calm and reasonable with these people. It saddens me that they can't see that.
Yeah, I was thinking that the control scheme reminds me a bit of Shing. It's a beat 'em up that was trying to advance the sort of I'm having a controller problem again. It was trying to advance the side-scrolling beat 'em up genre through some.
Such fighting serves no purpose. Why can't we talk our problems out? Look.
Oh man, you don't have iframes on the dodges.
It is but proof of your immeasurable skill, Lady.
Don't have a chance.
Stop. Our foes are so blinded by rage, they can't hear the wisdom of what I say.
You are indeed acting in self-defense, my lady.
Oh? I suppose you're right. I'm doing it for my dear sister One after all.
Stay where you are!
Anyway, there's a lot of incidental dialogue that I know is interrupting my train of thought, and and that's fine. But anyway, so Xing was trying to advance the side-scrolling beat-em-up genre through more precise gameplay, through more thoughtful combat. You know, enemies would guard, you'd have to perfect parry them, you'd have to do reflecting projectiles, lots of more, you know, thoughtful stuff. And that was a good idea, but the problem that it had was that when you were overwhelmed with enemies that all had different gimmicks, it became a mess where you couldn't attack any of them because your attack would bounce off. So anyway, that's a bit of the problem that this game has. Sometimes. Not nearly as bad, but...
Are you tired, Lady Four?
It also has a similar control scheme of face buttons to attack, dodge with right bumper.
You may turn to me for support.
But I'm remembering how to play this.
I'm afraid that's not who I am. Only a fool believes that acting vulnerable and dependent is the way to a man's heart. A true frail maiden receives protection without having to put on an act. Like two.
Lady Four, if you are weary, please climb upon my back.
No! If I did that, it would look like everything I just said was an act.
Oh, then you refuse to let me touch you.
Of course I refuse. I can take care of my own body.
Oh, there we go.
Unlike 5.
Oh, my lady, the cruel games you play. Oh.
Okay, I'm not doing great in health. But you can kind of already hear what's going on with 4 here, and that she's sort of the the ultra lawful good paladin kind of thing, where her holier than thou attitude leads her to believe that
Where will we go next?
absolutely
Lady?
everyone is
We
wrong.
have to meet Gabriella up ahead.
Gabriella?
Did I forget to mention her to you, Decadus?
Indeed. This is the first I've heard of her, my lady. But such is your prerogative. I love it when you pretend I don't even exist. Oh.
Hey, don't make this a thing. I just forgot, okay?
She's so violent. That's an Intoner's true face. Never forget it.
Oh yeah, now I remember how to proceed through this. Just run through.
Woman.
Far
Sight from Our Lady's noble presence.
Yeah, that seems to be the best way to clear out these mobs. Okay, just making sure I don't forget anything. This map was one of those where I missed treasures occasionally. There's one there.
She looks like a kid. Don't be fooled.
Oh, gonna get you. Oh, no, I can't. Hang on. I wanna, yeah, one of the big problems of this game is not being able to target the right enemy. And the camera's always a problem too. Okay, whatever. I'm not here to focus on money, I'm here to focus on beating the game. I'll grind in my own time. Oh man, I hate these archers. Oh, it feels stiff returning to this game after having played some other games that are a little better. So in case I have not made it clear in the past couple weeks, not in the last two, but just before that. So probably just before my last Drakengard stream. I got a PlayStation 5. I got lucky and got one of the email invites to get one. And in the time between the two streams, I have played and completed all of all of Demon Souls remake.
I'm a busy dragon. I haven't got all day.
And Ratchet and Clank.
I was given a eulogy for those who perished in this senseless battle.
And returning to this game. Ooh.
Aren't you the one who caused them to perish in the first place? The only senseless thing here is you and your crazy excuses.
I didn't want to kill them. I had to.
Don't lose your
For
nerve.
one.
Keep going. Unknown, sir. Vengeance for a noble lady. Our formation's faltering. Keep your distance.
Okay.
Stay back.
We really shouldn't be using all these dangerous weapons against each other.
Whoops.
Maybe if we all had whips or something, things would calm down.
Whips? With all that wailing? And then we lick the raw wounds with our eager tongues.
Stop that at
Oh
once.
god, the frame rate.
I won't abide such vulgarity. I simply want to keep casualties to a minimum.
Take positions. Enemy attack. Enemy attack.
Whips.
Decadus, stop thinking about whips this instant.
You deny me even the pleasure of my own thoughts? Thank you, my lady.
Okay. Almost through it. Alright, let's take this opportunity to just smash the boxes, grab the things, and get through it. So, okay, so the first half of this level I was doing real poorly. But now I'm back into the swing of this game. Hopefully the sound of the game is not intrusive in any way. I think I have gotten it so that there shouldn't be an echo. I think I've offset the timing right, but hopefully that's still the case. Okay, and that's the first mission. Our introduction to 4 tells us that she's, beating up soldiers, partially because she's been told to, and partially because her perception of the enemy is that they won't listen to her. When in reality, it's that she's so stuck in her opinions that she refuses to even consider the possibility that she might be wrong. At least that's what it seems like so far. Again, I haven't unlocked all of the side stories about her. I guess we'll read through those at the end. I wonder how much of the effect of these characters is slightly altered by the translation, because I heard that that was a big issue with, like, Dido, for instance, or Zero, where their personality comes off very different based on the language that was used and how they were directed and all that, where Zero comes off as sort of frustrated and angsty and edgy and all that stuff in the English version, whereas in the Japanese version she comes across more as like the I guess the kudere. I think I talked about that early in the game, where she's just more of like a let's just shut up and get it done. I'm tired. Let's just go. You know, not like an aggressive like shut up, we're gonna kill people kind of way, but just a much more quiet, tired kind of sound. And with Dido, he comes across much more as a psychopath than he maybe should. I don't know though. So that's the thing, and it's not necessarily the voice actor's problems. It's partially a translation problem too. So anyway, let's move on to the next part of 4's story. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through all these at the end, but this is kind of interesting. I'll talk about why this is funny in a little while after we get through this campaign. Her notes that are unlocked from leveling her up are to my knowledge like little rants about each character, like just a list of complaints read off a speed read, and each one of them is denoted by a marking of time, as though it took her that long to get through the rant, and they're all under a minute and getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So that's one of those things where, like, you had the opportunity to voice act that in addition to having all the text, and that would have made that really funny if that was actually part of the story. Hearing this, you know, this dialogue, which someone would obviously read out at a normal speed and then they'd speed it up by the computer. I just think it'd be a lot more effective if it were done through the gameplay instead of the paragraph.
Perhaps it's time for us to rest, my lady.
Don't give me that, you pig!
What?
Listen, Decadus. Just because we're Intoner and Disciple doesn't mean we have to do that sort of thing. In fact, because of that, the two of us share a bond even without doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, those are some bonds, all right.
You be quiet, Gabriella. I don't mean to imply that such acts are bad, Decadus. In fact, I consider it a precious and beautiful thing, and that's why it should be saved for a time when true love blossoms.
True love, my lady?
So you can only screw if you're an infatuated couple crooning about love all day like 2 and Cent?
They aren't what I mean. Their love isn't noble. True love is more subtle. It's softer and stronger at its core.
Oh, barf. Did you steal that crap from a greeting card?
Oh, what do dragons know about love? But I know you get it, right, Decadus?
Of course, my lady. Oh.
No, he gets something, that's for sure.
I think the problem is one of the acting in there too. Is that it's partially like the characters should not be in on the joke, you know, like 4's speech there, her little soapboxing comes across as though a little fourth wall breaky, a little bit in on the edginess and the stupidity of the whole thing, when if it were played 100% straight, as though her character were 100% just, you know, like genuine in their emotions or whatever, she comes across as a little bit cruel, where I think, you know, it may be an issue of like the original voice direction was, no, you're so adamant about your opinions that you can't interpret it any other way. Whereas here comes across more like she would be saying what 5 might be saying about oh no, you shouldn't be doing that, you know. it should come across as though she's 100% like so pure and so, you know, so obnoxiously pure.
Subtle sadism, my lady, to deny me in the name of true love. I can't stand it. Oh.
Because all these are like pretty standard writing things in anime that you see, right? And that was one of the things that Taro talked about, I think, with Drakengard 1, was that the entire point of the story was he really, really hated the little sister trope or something like that, or like the you know, damsel in distress thing. So he wanted a game where you could never save her. And it feels like that's how this one's built too, where each of these characters are kind of a standard trope, and they're twisted to be the antagonist because their trope is bad, you know? But what comes across is just that the whole game just feels edgy, and that edge wears off very quickly, certainly before the end of the first route. Now, you know, after the first route is where you start to get a lot more heart to the story. There's a lot more, some of that stuff starts to wear off a little bit. They start to pull it out of the dialogue a little bit more, but even so, it's still a little heavy on that. And there's definitely not like a smooth transition between those points.
You need something?
I just wanted to thank you. You've been very helpful lately.
Well, I'll be damned. A grateful intoner.
I know my sisters take it as a given when others help them, but not me. I have the conscience and the common sense to appreciate your help.
Nice. Still, you do realize I didn't come here on your account, right?
What do you mean?
I'm only helping you because one sent me. Nothing else to it.
Well, at least you're honest.
Beats empty words of thanks, don't you think?
I hope that rambling helps make clear my point about the way the game is written. That, like, only the dragon character should be in on the joke. All of the other characters should be 100% like staunch in their beliefs, their character, all that stuff. Where it comes across as though all of the voice actors understood the subtext of the entire story and were playing on it as their characters, which I don't think should have happened. But anyway.
So, where to next?
We're going to the Land of Forests, where I intend to have you offer plenty of help on my account, Gabriella. Though I won't be offering any thanks for it.
That's a line reading that is sort of what I mean. It's like, you know, her character being really staunch in her beliefs or whatever, I don't think would have said it in such an arrogant way. I think she would have said it more like some of the previous line readings. And there's a mix. Like, this actress clearly has a huge range of ability. It's not a matter of, like, you know, the actors themselves, but of the direction. Like, I feel like this character in this version that I'm imagining would have said this more like regretting that she wouldn't be able to offer thanks for it, you know, rather than sort of the aggressive accusatory, like, you're not worth giving thanks to kind of thing.
Was that sarcasm? Really? Oh my gosh, did it hurt? Did you sprain something? I hope you're all right.
And I know that line afterwards seems like it contradicts that, but I don't think it completely does. Or there's something subtle, like it has to be really subtle that it's forced and not like it's actually from the character. That's probably something that's incredibly difficult to do, and incredibly difficult for someone doing voice direction to comprehend in such a gigantic script, you know? Like, to just look at that and immediately go, oh, what you have to do is you have to pretend you're this character pretending to be a different character, you know? Okay.
There she is, the intoner. Horrible maggot. That
Oh god, the
cannot
frame
be
rate.
allowed to exist in this world or any other.
You said it. We gotta take her down.
Okay, so one of my bigger gripes with the game, I feel like I'm in such a complaining mood, and I don't mean to be. I genuinely like this game. It's just that the dragon gets in the way of combat so much as to be not very fun to play with. Okay, let's just get away from all that. Take down these. Oh, why? Thank you, dragon. That was sort of helpful. Well, it would be helpful if you did damage. Okay. Now let's pummel this guy. Oops, I gotta get some damage in. It's just mirroring. There we go. Yeah, it's not like oh, and he's gone. I didn't manage to get the most out of him, and that's because these bracers work slightly differently. I'm learning the difference between the large, medium, and small weapons. Hey, how's it going, Diggs BTW? This is my second time playing through this part of the campaign, but I am sort of going through this game for the first time. I got through a lot of it in a previous playthrough, but never finished the game, so I am here to finish this on off. Such a strange game. It's got its high points and some really low ones. It's like the range of quality in this game goes from
Yes,
11s
and
to
they have
2s.
monsters as well, so we'd best be careful.
Oh wow, yep, every time that dragon does a pound, that's when the frame rate just falls apart.
Fallen comrades pine for her death.
Keep up the attack.
Stay focused. This is an intoner we're fighting.
Oh, I should be trying to parry these things a little better. I keep forgetting that this is the point in the game where you really actually have to think about the combat a little bit more. The Dynasty Warriors nature kind of goes away a bit. Whoops.
She's crazy.
And the bracers don't exactly have a wide range on their attack either. I can't just mow them all down like you do with the spear or something.
Oh man, take positions. I hope you're ready. You damn dirty intoner.
Should we try to surrender?
No, you fool. She'll
Oh,
just
there's
kill
another
us.
archer I missed.
How could this intoner be so cruel?
Like the voice acting on the soldiers is so goofy as to be like completely ineffective, and it's really funny. And I actually like it quite a bit. I think it's one of the better parts of the game. I know it was complained about as like, oh, you should be feeling sorry for these soldiers, but there's no reason to be sorry for them whatsoever. It feels like a little bit of an inside joke of like, you, the player, should be enjoying the combat as much as the characters are enjoying the combat. So I don't have a problem with that part of it. But if that was not intended, then it's a failure of the game. I don't know. Oh, we got 3s, zombie soldiers. I actually found that these Minotaurs are pretty easy to parry, and especially when it comes to part of 3's campaign, you really gotta make sure that that you learn the parry on them, parry timing. Oops, there we go.
Abominations
Whoops, what is
created
going on?
by 3.
Are all your sisters nuts? I'm just asking.
3 is more unbalanced than the rest. Cleaning up after her is always such a production.
Unbalanced. I think the phrase you're looking for is batshit insane.
Maybe. I suppose I'm partially to blame for 3. I should have
I
helped
cannot
her.
even
And
see what's going
no
on.
other sister would have done that. Tried to help, I mean.
Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where like, oh man, the fact that they reused assets and just were like, you know what, we'll make this more difficult. 3 of them. But this time you get a dragon helping you. All right, there we go. Really makes you wonder if there was any budget at all for this game. But I did figure out that you could actually parry that. Never actually did it, but... Okay, this you could parry. I don't think I did it that time. Nope, didn't make it that time. You can parry that. Oops. It was too early there. Okay, where did the Cerberus go? There it is. Cerberus is probably the easiest one in the game. It really doesn't have an attack that can really hit everywhere. Even the side tail attack. Well, oh, of course. That's the first time in this whole playthrough I've been hit by that attack. Okay. Yeah, but usually you can just hang out on the side of it and it won't hit you at all. Whoops. I thought I was going to be able to parry that. Wow, that power fist is a killer. Okay, I think that's the end of this level, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Go ahead and grab a little bit more health, too. There we go. Yeah, I didn't do so great in that battle. I don't remember it being that hard. I mean, it wasn't difficult, I was just not really paying attention. Oh, right, we got more of these gargoyle guys. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, it's coming back. Oh, I don't know what... That seems to be a problem with my controller more than the game. Oh, come on, I wanna...
One has a noble mission. She's trying to give the world a better form of government. You should appreciate her letting us take part in that.
There you go again. More empty words. Lecturing you just to make yourself look good. You really are a shrew, you know that?
Well, you're the one who's twisting my words to sound mean and hateful. So who's the shrew now? Not that a dragon would even know the difference.
Yawn.
Oh, they wound each other with words and ignore me completely. It's ecstasy.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a scenario where they were the voice actors were told, yeah, you're playing the antagonists in this game, and they took it upon themselves, or the director took it upon themselves to be like, yeah, you need to come across villainous in your ideas. When I don't think that's what the characters are trying to be. Like, they should seem righteous. I don't think it should be that obvious. I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of assumptions on my part, but that seems to be one of the biggest issues with this. Oh man, that big punch is real powerful. Yeah, punch him out of the sky. Okay. Whoops. All right, there we go. And then just one big old punch takes care of him. Well, that one's gonna need two.
dragons can see the shape of a person's heart. And the heart of this beautiful intoner was full of holes. A frigid breeze seemed to blow through it. What could have made it so cold? This dragon had no idea.
Okay. We have unlocked a new bonus story, and there's only 2 more to unlock. So hopefully, playing through the next 2 chapters or next 2 verses, will unlock those. Okay. All right, so okay, I was just checking. The screenshot made it look like we were going through the Lost Woods thing again there, and that I had skipped something, but I guess not. That's right, we're going to the desert, and then the last part. Okay. So what have we got this time? Another combat challenge. Oh yes, crossing the desert. Okay, so like I said, I did play this this chapter for 4 off stream.
We need to find them.
Such glittery prizes would look splendid on you, Lady 4.
Stop. I'm not the sort of woman who expresses herself with baubles. Jewelry means nothing to me, but we can sell them to fill one's treasury, so we need to do this.
Yeah, so everything to do with this level is a pain.
We'll begin by searching near our enemies. Humans always hide their valuables, but never stray too far.
Yeah, so this one's a huge pain because it means being locked into combat challenges with those ghosty things, and the ghosty things are possessing very powerful enemies. It makes them a huge pain to deal with. So anyway, I'm running over to this one first because I remembered this one being the biggest pain. And then if I clear this, then I should have no problem with the other challenges. Because I think this one had like a bunch of Gigas or something. Oh yeah, it was a bunch of these guys. And here I will have to get my parry timing perfect. Whoops. Because they do a ton of damage. Oh, let me off. Oh no, no. Yeah, let's get these guys gone. And this is what I'm talking about. Oh no. Yeah, unlock that. Okay, one of them is dealt with. Okay. Yeah, because you really have to do perfect parry timing on these. Hit me. Okay, for some reason they don't want to hit me now. Alright, let's just pop the intoner mode because that gets the spirits out. No, not that one. Oh my god. Waste half my bar because it doesn't know where to go. Oh, and now this one's possessed. Wonderful. Aha. There we go. Alright, that wasn't so bad. It's not as bad as I remember it. Oh right, I forgot. Skeletons. Gotta remember those skeletons. Alright, so that's one of them. Get a little health back, and most of the challenges aren't, I mean, most of the little combat encounters are not like that. Most of them are just beat up a couple soldiers and you'll be fine. The ones at the corners of the desert are bigger combat challenges. There we go. Oops. There we go. Love the bracers for that. Make these skeletons nice and easy work. And I think that's part of what this this chapter is trying to tell you. Is that the bracers can break through skeleton defenses pretty easily, and that's nice. There we go. Alright. Wandering around the desert continues. And man, and this game was charging $6 for this DLC at a time when people were complaining about paying like $2 for maps. You know? It was pretty bold of them to charge $30 for a story that really should have been in the game.
Toner was such a damn coward!
Oops. I'm very glad that Nier did not have that problem. At some point I'm really going to have to play Drakengard 2. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I definitely want to. Whoops. No, please. Yes, target the right enemy. That's one issue that this game certainly has that like a Dynasty Warriors would never have, is that Dynasty Warriors would always auto-target you to the leader of the group. And this game doesn't think about it the way Dynasty Warriors does. Okay, what do we got over here? Oh, we got another Minotaur. Oh. There we go. Nice and easy. Amazing. Punched his arms off.
My sisters and I are staking everything on this fight. There may be some regretful deaths along the way, but it's simply unavoidable. Soon, one's unwavering spirit will bring a great revolution across the world. Soar for me, Gabriella. The world's future lies upon your gossamer wings.
You? No. I'm not helping anyone who talks like that. I already can't take this heat. The hot air pouring out of your bowl is only making it worse. I'm gonna go sack out in the shade. Don't call unless you're done.
The dragons really are the best part of this game. Well, Gabriella is the best part of the game. Okay. So there shouldn't be too many more. This level is particularly boring. But I have high hopes for the rest. Oh good, we've got archers.
This is personal now. She killed my friends. And mine as well. Time for some revenge. Intoner or not, she's just a girl. Stamp her down. Come on, let's do this.
Wow.
I'm done for.
Oops. There we go.
You found many fine gems, my lady.
They're pretty, aren't they?
They look stunning on you.
You think so? I mean, not that I care, because I don't.
Of course, my lady. Such gaudy flair is beneath you.
Yes. Still, an intoner should try to maintain a certain level of fashionable decorum.
Oh, here we go. You're just waiting for him to tell you to keep one or two for yourself, so it seems like it wasn't your idea in the first place, right? Girl, you are so predictable.
Yeah. I saw someone saying on Twitter, I think it must have been Doc from Adios and Paratopic, saying that Drakengard and Nier are kind of just Kingdom Hearts but competently done. And I don't think I have a way to argue with that. Like they're goofy and weird, and some parts of them kind of don't make sense, but they do seem like they were done by someone who knew that rather than someone who didn't. Like Kingdom Hearts to me comes across as like a 5-year-old playing with their action figures, going like, yeah, it'd be so cool if like Darth Vader beat up Gandalf and then said, well, what about the darkness and all the things that a little kid would come up with. And that's fine for like the first game, but then it became a franchise, and then they were like, well, I really only have one trick. I guess we'll just repeat it ad nauseum. Whereas love it or hate it, like, this game's a little weaker than the others, but they're all very different. They all have very different kinds of stories to tell, I will say that. So I can excuse one of them being not as good as the rest. Okay. Wow. All it took was two punches to do it. Yeah, and then they just explode. Decadus is looking pretty proud there. Yeah, I know. I was supposed to stream yesterday, and I decided not to because I'm addicted to Parkosaurus and just played that for like 4 hours. Yeah. I gotta figure out my streaming schedule a little bit more. Oh, trust me, this is no excellent stream, that's for sure. If 4 frames a second is an excellent stream, I guess. Whoa.
It ain't even started. This one's for my brother. Stand strong. Strike the intoner!
But that huge guy next to her is in the way!
Then just kill the both of them and get it over with!
This game is so goofy. I love I really love the silly little banter with all the enemies that constantly pops up. It's bad. It's like 80s dub acting bad, but it's great. I'm really waiting for a game to come out where you know, it's tough because the 80s dub stuff came out of bad direction and cheap direction and like not good voice actors doing all this stuff. And to try to replicate that now would probably go horribly because they would be doing it intentionally and thus not really, I don't know. It'd be like coming up with a sequel to The Room. You just can't really do it. Can't really do it when you're conscious of what's happening. I think that's the, oh gosh, okay. Come on. Yep, there we go. It's an issue with that kind of campiness. It's like when you're actually shooting for it, it doesn't necessarily work that well. Oh, am I actually going to beat this guy and get a lot of money? Cool. Nice. I hate that the money falls out and then disappears, though. That's kind of a pain. Checkpoint. Alright. Yeah, going from Ratchet and Clank's pretty stable 60 FPS with really amazing looks to this game. That's a downgrade.
You probably see this as some kind of torture game, don't you?
No, my lady. I'm not... not getting any pleasure from this at all.
Don't deny it. I'm well aware that all you think about is that kind of thing. It's dirty.
Dirty? Oh, look at your eyes. Such disgust and hate. Oh.
Cease this at once. You're going to get sweat all over me. How can a man of your age be so immature?
You two are a perfect couple. I bet you're way more alike than you know. 2 peas in a pie.
Oh, I should be practicing the parries. I've completely lost my parry timing on this stuff. Oh, there's one. I parried a missile. Great. Oops. That was a block. Ah, there we go. Parry. Ah, parried one. I don't think I parried the second. That's okay. Let them fall, and let's just pop this to get one of them out of the way. There's so much blood for golems. Oops. Forgot that I lost the intoner mode there. Oops, I didn't get that parry timing. Ah, there we go. I got the second one, not the first one. Aha, there we go. I'm not gonna bother with those. I can't see their tells very good. There we go. That's all of them. And let's collect all the money. Hopefully this stuff, I don't know if the treasure gives you any experience from finding it. That's kind of our main concern. That's another thing. Going back to the DualShock 3 controller after playing with PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 controllers is a struggle. PlayStation 3 is the only console that I've had every controller that I own for it break. I've never broken a controller for any other console. My Super Nintendo, NES controllers, N64 controllers, all the GameCube controllers, Wii, all of those controllers work just fine, and I've probably beat the heck out of them. And yet all of my PS3 controllers, for some reason, are not in great shape. I don't know. One of them, the triggers are all broken. The other one, the control sticks are peeling. It's weird. They must have just been cheaply made or something. Because I don't feel like I used the PS3 all that much. All right, here we go. This is the level we've all been waiting for. The big finale to 4's story. Yeah, hopefully this mission will give me enough experience to unlock the last story. Alright, so, okay, Decadus is going to continue the story. Let's talk to Dragon.
That about wraps up another day of meaningless slaughter.
Don't say such things. We achieved an honorable victory this day.
Yep. Keep telling yourself that. All you did was kill a bunch of helpless soldiers.
I'm just trying to help one. To serve her in all things.
Sure, okay. Pin the blame on her if it makes you feel better.
I'm not pinning blame. It's the truth. I'd never kill just to kill things. All this fighting is... it's ugly. And sad.
Oh, that's a riot. If you really feel that way, why do you keep chopping fools in half, huh?
I'm a simple girl. All I can do is devote myself to the challenge in front of me.
I'm a simple girl. All I can do is chop.
You have no right to criticize someone who is only fighting as best she could.
All I do is chop.
You are living in one serious world of delusion, sister.
Today was a fine day, my lady, was it not?
Indeed. Though it wasn't easy, we managed to succeed.
I'm sure Lady One will be delighted.
You think so?
Of course.
I hope you're right. She's usually pretty quiet. It's kind of hard to know what she's thinking.
Now, if it please you, my lady, I have a strategy for our next battle.
It's not like I'm fishing for compliments or anything. It's just, you know, if one would talk to me more often, maybe I'd have a better idea of what she really wants.
Well spoken, my lady. Now, as to the upcoming battle...
I mean, I am the most cooperative of the sisters, you know? One's smart. She must have seen that by now. But even if one actually is grateful, it doesn't mean much if the object of that gratitude is unaware of it. That's just my opinion, of course. Anyway, what were you saying?
Nothing, my lady.
Let's go.
What next, Lady 4?
You know how the remaining elves have formed a band of air pirates, right?
I thought we'd already dispatched those brigands.
We dispatched them, but we didn't annihilate them. There are a few stragglers that we need to chase down.
Do we really need to chase them, my lady? When they have literally turned their backs and fled? They cannot be much of a threat.
But who is to say when they might once again bare their fangs? We must completely eliminate any potential threats to one.
Such cruelty.
Sorry? What was that?
Nothing, my lady. Your strategy is both bold and wise, and I shall serve you in all things.
It's nothing. Let us proceed with the genocide. Oh no. Once a villain, always a villain. Kill all the evil air pirates.
Hurry. If one hopes to reign supreme, we have to establish our dominance here. These are pirates, you know. Real bad characters. There's no need to hold back. If we crush them utterly, the world will be better for it. Now let's go save the world.
Seriously? Now you've got to save your complex on top of everything else? Shooting a bunch of fleeing infantrymen in the back isn't going to help one. It isn't going to help anyone.
No, you're wrong. And if one believes that, then she's wrong too.
Okay, this was a little bit wonky, if I remember. Yeah. So the lock-on only works on the cannons that are on the boat, which do not actually do damage to the ship. You have to mash the button to break all of these, like, balloons. And you gotta do this 16 times. So, yeah, it's a little wonky. I think that's Mikhail's voice actress. Voicing all the elves. So it's pretty funny.
What?
Don't what, me? Don't you hear all that screaming?
Whoops.
How can you hear that without going insane?
They're just battle cries. It's nothing to fuss over.
They sound scared shitless to me.
Oh, and what if they are?
Okay.
Is this because we're elves? What did we ever do to you?
I forget if there was like a dragon missile thing. I guess not. It was just mashing and locking on. Oh.
Did you hear that?
What?
They're screaming in terror. Okay, look. Even if these are elves or whatever, this is just... I mean...
Don't let it affect you, Gabriella. War is as much a conflict against yourself as it is a battle against the enemy. You just need to ask yourself what it means to be on the right side.
What do you know about right?
Okay. Big mashing battle. Oh, didn't get that one. Oh, yeah. Didn't make it on that. It's okay, I think I have to go back and fight each of these ships that I miss on the way. Whoops. No, maybe not. No, I think so. Yeah, that's the same one I was shooting at before. There it goes. Okay, carefully target. There it is. It's also a little bit difficult. You don't get a whole lot of visual confirmation that your hits have done any damage except for looking at the health bar at the bottom right.
Defense is penetrated! All hands, anti-air fire! Shoot it out of the sky!
Okay, well, they've at least tried to break it up a little bit, but it's still pretty bad encounters. Oh, come on, can I get one of them? Okay, there we go. Yeah, you almost can't even worry about health. You just have to focus on actually hitting these things. Ah, there goes. There we go.
But no living thing deserves such horror!
Like, the voice acting is so goofy. How could you take it seriously?
Fire all cannons! Don't let it near the mothership!
Okay. There we go. We'll get all those cannons. And just fire away. Mash, mash, mash. We get one of them? No. Okay. Okay, there it is. There it goes. We've done it. We've murdered them all. Like, you have to kind of bank the shots a little bit, but even so, doesn't exactly work that great. Done it. Cool.
This isn't even a war.
No, it's not the mothership! All hands, enter defensive positions!
What's so funny?
Manslaughter. We're fighting elves, remember? So it can't be manslaughter.
Unbelievable.
Oh, and that's not all. This is a pirate ship, not some pleasure craft. Pirates are evil, and it's fine to kill evil people. As long as they're not civilians, they're fair game. This is the hammer of justice at work. We're always in the right. Now, keep attacking! Move it! My family! The mothership has suffered catastrophic damage!
Just keep mashing, just keep mashing. That's all you can do. Okay, what does this even do?
This is so cruel!
I'm not really sure what intoner mode is supposed to do on a dragon. I guess it's faster rate of fire or something? Okay, well, I'll take it. Almost there. Almost done with the mashing. Oh, except cannons came back. Almost there. There we go. Get rid of the cannons that have come back over here. And mash, 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 mash. There we go. Okay, so I do get experience. I wonder if that is for me or the dragon. We did it.
The screams of burning victims rang out from the downed vessels. The cries for help echoed far and wide. But none of it bothered the Intoner in the least. After all, they weren't civilians. After all, they weren't human. After all, they were the bad guys. The Intoner was filled with sublime exhilaration.
We did it. Mission complete. Nice. Okay, we got max level. So now we have all of the parts of the story for 4. So I'm going to go ahead and check out what those Intoner memories look like for 4. So as I was saying, the memories seem to be where the real story is to these. For 4, let's take a look at these. So they're like, oh yes. So the joke being that they're recorded in hyperspeed. This is a 1-second rant, all told about 0. So in this one she's complaining about 0, this one she's complaining about 5, 3, 2, is this one about 1? Yeah. Oh, and now she's just talking about all of the people. What is this one about? Oh, yes. Who else do I have a problem with? Oh yeah, God, I've got a problem with you. Takes an entire day to go from town to town. It's too hot in the summer, too cold in the winter. All this other stuff. See that? I'm not even gonna capitalize your name. Wow, so much disrespect. 0.4 seconds. Is this still going on? I've already complained about everything I want to. This is a waste of my time. Okay, fine. I guess. Oh, hey, Decadus. Actually, I don't have much to say about him. It's not like I actually always wanted him to come. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, what's the last one about? 0. Okay. Oh, this should be the turning point, right? Okay, so she hates everyone and herself. That's the turning point. That's I guess the twist. These are pretty poorly done. I mean, they're creative, they're fun, but in terms of actually telling a story, not that great. But anyway, so that's 4. 4 is the lawful paladin that doesn't realize that or doesn't care that everything that she's doing is evil. So now let's go on to Route C, or Branch C.